Now, the Harris buck is named after William Cornwallis Harris because he was the first European to document it. It was unknown to science at the time. Customers have often asked me, what is my favorite book in the shop? Well, it has to be this one. And this is Portraits of the Game by Captain William Cornwallis Harris. It was published in 1840, so almost 200 years ago. And it's what's called a color plate book. So it's filled with 30 plates, that's images of various game that he encountered. And they're all hand-colored, and I'll show you a few of them. But look at this magnificent binding. This is what you call Morocco leather. This is marbled inboards, all done by hand with gilt tooling. So a truly magnificent book with book plates of 2 previous owners. And this book hasn't had any work done on it. So it's the original binding. The boards haven't broken off or anything like that. And all of that adds to the value of something like this. So this is the subscriber's edition, which is the very first edition. They did print several of them because they're so popular, several editions, but one can't really tell the different editions because they just printed it exactly the same. So it would also have the date 1840. However, it was only these very first few who had the subscribers in it. And then over here, we have the title page, which is quite beautiful. But there are so many images to show you. And again, I've washed my hands, so I find that far better to open the book without using gloves. But here we have the springbok, and have a look at these mountains in the background. Now, it's entirely possible that this is all done in the region of Magaliesburg, pretty close to Johannesburg. And that's when he met up with Kgosi Magale, the leader of the Tswana tribe in the area. So just to go back a step, in 1836, William Cornwallis Harris was boarded because of fever. So he was a member of the Indian Army at the time. So to come out to get better, he came to South Africa for a couple of years. And so in that time, he went on his travels, and he met up with Dr. Andrew Smith. And Andrew Smith, who is quite a famous character of the time, told him all about Mzilikazi and the game that's far to the north. And so Cornwallis Harris was intrigued by this, so he went on his journeys. And if you have a look here, he also painted them with what other game they encounter as well. So here we have a Burchell zebra, and it's with blue wildebeest in the background, and the plants, etc., would also be have been drawn sympathetic to the region. So this is what you call the sort of Victorian naturalist style of painting, and you'll see it's got a very Chinese influence to it. The way the trees are painted, etc. But if you have a look at the detail that's gone into the drawing of this hartebeest, also here with the termite mounds, quite spectacular. I'm going to end off with what's called the Harris buck. Now, the Harris buck is named after William Cornwallis Harris because he was the first European to document it. It was unknown to science at the time. And he remarked that it was such a majestic creature. And here we see it in all its glory. It's now known as a sable, but this, at the time, was referred to as the Harris buck. Anyway, this is a truly magnificent book, and certainly my favorite book in the bookshop.